We are live. What's up? It's early morning. If you can't see the Roby vibes, Roby gang, Roby gang, Roby gang. Just we're nice and comfortable and early morning.
Feel like Jedi's this morning, big Star Wars energy. Just out here. All I'm missing is a lightsaber, but the
Facts.
force is with us.
The force is with us, and we are here for kickoff show. Man City women versus West Ham. Goodness gracious. How are you feeling for such a bright and early match?
I feel good. Teacher like this. I'm usually at work by now, so this is just the norm. We're kicking off the week on a Sunday, trying to finish our 6 point city weekend. We know the men scraped through yesterday, so we're hoping the women don't stress us out nearly as much.
Yes. And
Nervy times.
that's what I tell people. It's just like, hey, if you guys want to become Man City women fans, let's just, whenever the men stress me out, usually it's like 9 times out of 10, the
Mhm.
women come through and just handle things. And it's the easiest match of the weekend. Things are great. So I'm hoping we can keep this vibe, even with, like you said, some rotation.
You know what, Crunk? This is a great metaphor for life. When men stress you out, women will hold you down. Um, and I'm just saying, it's never failed me in my 34 years of life at this point.
Big facts, though. Big facts. Big facts. All right, let's get this our baby blue baddies this lineup pulled up. We have Yamashita as our keeper, Alexandri, Greenwood. Hold on. I forgot they do this in the numbers, so we got Kasperize and Wahhabi. That is our back line. And then we got a midfield of Blinkilde Brown getting the start, which is super
Hmm.
Roared, and of course, Yui. Then up top, we have, wow, Hemp, Kelly, and Fowler. Um, this does worry me only because we have tried a false nine on the squad, and the few times I've seen it, we don't really look that attacking. I mean, we are attacking, but I guess we don't seem as lethal when it comes to scoring. We seem to struggle. The players got in the positions, but you can definitely tell they're not strikers. They're very much wingers and things like that.
Uh, on that point, I think what happens is the type of goal that you're going to get is going to shift, right? Because unless it's Jill Roord bombing into the box, I don't see us like scoring off a header, right? So you automatically take that away. Now, what you gain is you gain more, more pace, you gain more precision. You have, more people in the midfield. You can move Kelly up or Fowler up because we know Hemp is going to stay left. You can move one of those two up to support, overload, and then like kind of drive at the defenders, especially with like Park on the bench. So I'm intrigued. I think like I saw DT3 tweet. There's like people say they want rotation, and then like people get upset when they have rotation. Like you have to play your players. Like the only way players get time, get it better is to get time. So if you have a match against a team that's third from the bottom that has only scored once in 2 matches, this is the time to say, "Hey, Joe Roar, you're back fit. Let's start." Laura Bakinde Brown, we're ready to see you go. For at least the first 60 minutes or whatever. And you can always sub in the second half if
Mhm.
things aren't going well. It's just a matter of subbing early enough to give yourself time to get that goal. But I don't foresee any scoring issues today. I think we can score at least two. How about you?
Mm. Yeah, 2-3. We should be able to handle that, especially with the team we have and the players that are on the pitch. Uh, we were talking about it before we went live. West Ham have been struggling this season, and they are still trying to figure out an identity, especially with a league that is getting tougher. Like each team in the league has gone up in quality, and so it's not one of those things where the teams in the lower half of the league are guaranteed win anymore. But I will say Chelsea and City appear to be uh, the top dogs in the league. Obviously, we're figuring out what Arsenal is. I don't think there should be many teams in this league that give us trouble, especially with the way that I've been seeing them like hold possession. I will say that the first 10 minutes of matches seem to be kind of like stressful. They are slow starters, but once they get things figured out, they know where people are going to be. There's not big wholesale changes like there was last week with Aoba and Lazelle. Yes, Blinkeldy, she is new, but she had all last season to get things figured out. I truly think she has earned this. And like DT3 said, if we want rotation, this is what champions are going to have to do. It's just as stressful in a league in the WSL where, you know, drop points. We saw it last year with Brighton. I mean, our Arsenal, I mean, there are a few teams where you could choose where we dropped points, but drop points can legitimately mean the loss of a title very early in the season. So this is low key a very important match.
Yeah, one more point on the lineup. We all saw and we talked about it, I know, on Shades of Blue, like Fujino's performance
Mm-hmm.
last week, and just like, hey, just a little off, wasn't the best. And where's Chloe Kelly? Gareth Taylor, he watches the same thing we do. Like, I think that's what people forget. Sometimes, like, managers see the same stuff we do, and
Mm-hmm.
they probably see it faster. Like,
Yeah.
he knew in that match, 30 minutes, and like, oh, she ain't got it today. But management is, I can't take her off at half. That's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
We're winning the match, so I'm gonna just let her keep going. But I know that hey, we gotta rotate. Bunny's great, right? Like, but it's like, hey, we don't need you every single match, Bunny. Would it be great? Of course. And we got bigger fish to fry this year, so it's not about records anymore. It's about wins and the longevity of it, saving health, making sure people still coming back from injury. So you still got to be mindful of that. I love what Gareth Taylor did with the lineup.
Oh, man. Again, I got a few clips of from Gareth. They were asking him some real good questions just about handling this crazy schedule and rotation and things like that. He was up for it. It's like, hey, look, this it is what it is. We the players know what they need to do. We are trying to support them as much as they can. But he also like kind of made it obvious, hey yo, like they are adults. Like they know that we have these games kind of fast in between, and it doesn't give us much time to kind of rest and relax. So there is a part of this that they're going to have to participate in, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that. It's a change for everybody. I mean, most of these players who came to City this year and even last year, they haven't played Champions League, and a lot of the ones who we have hadn't played Champions League really either, or had done a lot of the like play-in games. So this is a learning experience for a lot of people on the squad that I think can band them together. And it's just all how Gaz keeps them together as a team. But he talked about his assistant coaches, and they seem to be very like hands-on the squad as well. He specifically said how they the new managers make them feel very comfortable, that an open space where they can ask questions and learn together. It really does seem like a really great space now. I mean, it always seemed that way, but now with just those words that he was saying, that the players really seem to be like more open and comfortable and being more transparent and more willing to learn. I have no choice but to be very excited and high on the squad, even though I already was last year. But hearing Gareth, this is like a whole level of transparency and honesty from Gareth that I don't think I have ever seen from him. He seems very like comfortable or some. I don't know. There's a positivity. There's a good aura that I'm seeing from this man this year, which I don't want to say I didn't see last year, but I didn't see much of last year. So maybe let's just phrase it that way.
And I love when you bring in the context of the quotes, right? Because that gets to the other side. Like the off the pitch matters just as much as on the pitch, and you're really great on vibes. You always have been, and I say vibes loosely, right? Just like understanding, chemistry and all those things that are encapsulated by the word vibes. But as I look at the club, I look at the team, like, hey, I checked the schedule, man. We got 5 matches in the next 2 weeks. So it's every 3 days. Like this is where it gets real. Obviously includes two matches against Barca. So it's like you have to make sure your best players are ready for Champions League. And if it says, hey, we got to rest Bunny and Viv to make sure that they're fit and firing on Wednesday, we got to rest them.
Mm,
Like we know Hemp is going to be fine, right? We understand that House of God was going to be there every match, but you know who needs rest? Those strikers. You know,
yeah,
our big nines got to make sure both coming back from injuries, that they are not in a place where they're going to overstress themselves. And if that means only winning by two instead of winning by five, you got to do both at the same time. You got to walk and chew gum. And so the management is tight. This is if you all were here with us in the first season of SOB, the vibes on Gareth Taylor were not this positive at all.
at all.
So to hear my show, bro, come around, it almost makes me emotional at 7:40 in the morning. But you know, I'm happy for growth. I'm happy for his growth and Garrett's. I'm happy for our appreciation growing as a place. And now we just got to win. That's all we got to do, baby.
And it's staying on that subject. It has shown what it us all having our own differences and opinions. Like Sharpie, you staying in your beliefs and everything have helped our pod grow in so many ways. Because like truly the Gareth, like you never backing down. Like it's been great for obviously storyline, especially for people who've been tapped in with us for so long. But even the Sharpie Charlie, the Charlie clean sheet last year. Like you just kept trying to tell us, hey, you need to relax off of clean sheets. It's not that serious, and we're all just like, no, don't tell us what to do. And then by the end of the season, it's just like, okay, you're right,
Go
fine,
go be Arsenal. Go
fine.
win the clean sheet trophy. We'll take the Premier League trophy. Okay. That's what it's about. Like points matter more. You give me 3 points, you can give up 2 goals. I don't care. I don't care.
Uh, what I am thankful is this West Ham squad. They're not really gonna score a lot, so I don't think we're gonna have a like a banger of a match that way where we're gonna have to just try to keep up with them. They yes,
I see a 3-4-2-1, the Christmas tree setup, which could easily become a 5-4-1, or a 5-3-2, depending on how they want to do it. Like they're going to be defending. This is going to be one of those matches where city possession, especially at the Joy Stadium, possession is over 67. We're going to have the ball over 2/3, 67 plus percent. Can we break them down? Will a long shot get in? How early does the first goal go in? We know the script, right? It's just like, can we get the goal so that way they have to come out a little bit and then we can truly play? But they want to hit us on the counter. Those three up top, when you talk about Ueke, Asayi, and Emma Harris, like they want to strike quick. They're not going to break us down. So as long as we are strong with the ball, that midfield, I think that's probably why Gareth even thought to say, hey, let's add another midfielder because now, or add another, take out a bigger player like Bunny, add a smaller player because now you have that flexibility to where you can interchange, you can run more. Um, yeah, I think their lineup they given up four in two matches, so two averages, giving up 2 goals in matches and crazy. So I think that's what we do. I think somehow we find a way to get 2 goals to their zero, um, and we take care of business. Like we're not going to lose at Joy Stadium. That's not happening. Crump just went black on my screen. Maybe he comes back shortly. But while Crunk's coming back, as I look at our competitors today, Arsenal faces Everton. Um, let's see lineup table. Arsenal, of course, is tied with us in fourth with 4 points. And then you have Everton, which is at nil, giving up 5 goals in the first two matches. So don't expect a lot there. We also have Tottenham, Liverpool, Spurs tied with us as well, scoring six in their first two matches, 4 points total. Um, and Liverpool, we know how feisty they can be. Just two draws in the first two matches, 2 goals. They like the number two. 2 goals scored, 2 goals against, 2 points in two matches. Leicester, Crystal Palace. We know Palace is new to the league this year, and they are struggling, giving up 11 goals in the first two matches. Leicester has 1 point from the first two, so fully expecting Leicester to, in the words of Sean Paul, get busy. Waiting for Crunt to come back. I think we got to talk about who's going to score the goals today. And looking at the lineup, this screams Chloe Kelly's return goal. Those who, following last year, Chloe Kelly lost her spot towards the end of the season. Mary Fowler, the team was rolling. Gas made his choice. So I think her coming back, especially off her 100th appearance last week, didn't start there, but, delayed but not denied. I think Chloe Kelly gets on the sheet either with a goal or assist. I also see Jill Roar's return. We got that 10 shirt rocking. We know we love a good 10. And I think she as well will make her presence felt. Um, Crunk, I see the black screen. We got the name box, but I can't hear or see my show, bro. So, this is what the people call feeling. We're just talking who's going to score goals. I would love a set piece goal. I think Crunk is back. Crunk, can you hear me? Man's is moving in slow motion right now. Uh, I see this face. I don't hear no. I don't hear the velvety voice. Mm, it's not cooking. Laura Baclinde Brown is going to be interesting to watch. Younger player, 21 years old, plays for obviously England Women U19, so she has the chops. But scoring and playing in the big league from the start is a lot different than coming on as a sub. So excited to see her, make her stamp on the game. And of course, you guys the Goblin, man. Come on, like the ultimate pendulum. She is the one, the only one. Best DM in the BWSL. But with that being said, I don't want to go over this too much. I'm gonna say City at 3. I like a 3-0 City win. Hopefully, no subs used, so everybody just stays ready and we get ready for Barca on in the midweek. But for Shades of Blue, I am Sharper Charlie. You know the vibes. Shady game, shady game, shady game. Check out the match on YouTube. Search Barclays Women League in America. Peace.